Friends, welcome to Open University, and we'll be discussing remaining questions from the workbook. Okay, move to the question number 24, and the question is: a power supply uses bridge rectifier with capacitor input filter. Okay, a power supply uses bridge rectifier with capacitor filter. If one of the diodes is defective, then okay, the DC load voltage will be lower than its expected value. Second statement, ripple frequency will be lower than its expected value. The source current will increase manifold. Okay, so if you remember that I said that in bridge rectifier or center type full wave rectifier, if one of the diode becomes defective, okay, then it will behave like a half wave rectifier. Okay, so here, given that a power supply uses bridge rectifier with capacitor filter, if one of the diodes is defective, then it will behave like a half wave rectifier with capacitor filter. The circuit will behave like a half wave rectifier with capacitor filter. But the first statement is the DC voltage will be lower than its expected value. What was the formula for the DC voltage of your full wave rectifier with capacitor filter? VDC was Vm minus VR by 2, or you can say IDC by 4 F naught C. 4 F naught C. But this is the case for full wave rectifier with capacitor filter. But what was the formula for DC output voltage of your half wave rectifier with capacitor filter? The formula was Vm minus IDC by 2 F naught C. By comparing between these two value, which one is greater? Which one is greater? Okay, if you increase this 2 to 4, if you increase this value from 2 to 4, then what will happen? This value will decrease. If you increase the numerator like this, then the total term will decrease. This is your constant value. So if this term will decrease, then the DC voltage will increase. Okay, so between these two value, which one is the DC voltage of half wave rectifier will be greater compared to DC voltage of full wave rectifier. If you compare these two, tell me which one is greater. Okay, is it the DC voltage of half wave rectifier is greater or full wave rectifier is greater? DC voltage of full wave rectifier will be greater. Okay, the DC voltage of full wave rectifier will be greater compared to the DC voltage of half wave rectifier. Okay, so since if one of the diode is becoming defective, then it will behave like the circuit will behave like a half wave rectifier with capacitor filter, in which the DC voltage will be lower compared to full wave rectifier. Okay, so the first option is the DC voltage will be lower than its expected value. Yes, so the first statement is correct. Then the ripple frequency will be lower than its expected value. Okay, what are the ripple frequency of a full wave rectifier? Was 2 omega naught, and what was the ripple frequency for a half wave rectifier? It is omega naught. So ripple frequency will be lower. Okay, ripple frequency will also decrease. Okay, because circuit is becoming half wave rectifier with capacitor filter, so its ripple factor will be less, ripple frequency will be less compared to full wave rectifier. So ripple frequency will be lower than its expected value. That is also correct. The surge current will increase manifold. Okay, it is given that the surge current will increase. What was the surge current of your full wave rectifier? Source current is also called as ID peak. What was the formula for ID peak of a full wave rectifier? For full wave rectifier, formula for ID peak, that is source current, equal to IDC into 1 plus 2 pi under root 1 plus 2 pi under root, I think it is Bm by 2 here. Okay, I think. Yes, the formula for IDP was IDC into 1 plus 2 pi under root Vm by 2 Vr. This is the formula for your IDP of your full wave rectifier with capacitor filter. Okay, what was the formula for IDP in case of half wave rectifier with capacitor filter? IDP will be IDC into 1 plus 2 pi under root 2 Vm by Vr. Okay, so in half wave rectifier, the DC voltage is less compared to full wave rectifier with capacitor filter. If DC voltage is less, then IDC will be less, because VDC equal to IDC into RL. So if VDC is less compared to full wave rectifier, then IDC will also be less compared to full wave rectifier. This is your IDC for full wave rectifier, and this is IDC for your half wave rectifier. Okay. From this you can say this IDP will decrease. So I think third option it is given, the source current is increase. That is wrong. Okay, because IDC will be lower compared to full wave rectifier, because its DC voltage is less compared to full wave rectifier. So IDC will be less. So IDP or source current will be less. Then move to the question number 25, numerical data type question. So option will be 1 and 2. Which one are the correct answers? Options 1 and 2. Okay. Then move to the question number 25. For the circuit in the figure below, the value of VD is dash volt. Okay, some circuit is given like this. And this voltage is plus 8 volt. Okay, and this voltage is plus 4 volt. And this is 10 kilo ohm. This is also 10 kilo ohm. This is also 10 kilo ohm. And this is also 10 kilo ohm. The question is, what is VD? This voltage across the diode. And this is your forward current through the diode. Now, this is the question given. Okay. Now in order to solve this question, first do open circuit test. Okay, first do open circuit test. So let assume that is off. To know the condition of the diode, whether it is in forward biased or reverse biased, do first open circuit test. So this is 10K, this is also 10K, this is also 10K, and this is also 10K. So tell me, what is the voltage available at this node? Since they are connected in series, so what is the voltage across this each resistance? 4 volt. So the voltage across this resistance is also 4 volt. So what is this voltage? What is the voltage available at this node? 4 volt. Okay. Similarly, what is the voltage available at this node? 2 volt. By looking at this circuit, see, the voltage available at this point is 4 volt and the voltage available at this point is 2 volt. So your diode is, this side voltage is greater compared to this side voltage. So your diode will be in reverse biased. So it will be behave like a open circuited. So if you open circuit this diode, then calculate what is this voltage across diode VD. So this voltage is 2 volt, this voltage is 4 volt, and this voltage is 2 volt. Tell me what is the voltage across this open circuit? 4 volt minus 2 volt, that is 2 volt. So the voltage across this open circuit is 2 volt. Okay, but it is asking that what is this VD? Positive terminal, positive signs towards this side and negative sign towards this side. So it is asking what is this VD value. So what will be VD value? It will be minus 2 volt. So VD value is minus 2 volt. And this is the answer to the question. So it was asked to find out VD. Then move to the 26th question. Move to the 26th question. So the value of VD is minus 2 volt. So you need to solve this way. You need to assume the diode first. Assume your diode to be off. Then calculate the voltage across the diode to know whether it is forward biased or reverse biased. Then accordingly solve the question. Then move to the question number 26. If the input to the circuit given below is 10 sin omega naught t, then the output voltage to the circuit will be dash volt. Some circuit is given like this. Okay, and this is your output voltage, and this is your input voltage. Okay, this is your capacitance. Okay, this is your D1, D2. Okay, and the input voltage is given to be, this voltage is given to 10 sin omega naught t. And the question is, what is the output voltage? By looking at this, can you tell me what is this circuit? This is a voltage doubler circuit. Okay, in a voltage doubler circuit, what is VC1? This is your C1, this is your C2. VC1 was Vm, VC1 was minus Vm. The voltage across this capacitor is minus Vm. And what was VC2 or output voltage? VC2 is nothing but voltage across capacitor is nothing but output voltage was 2 Vm. Peak 2 times peak input value, 2 Vm. What was Vm? What is the maximum value of input voltage? 10 volt. So V naught equal to 20 volt. So this is the answer to the question. The question was what is the output voltage? If input voltage is 10 sin omega naught t, then the output voltage of the circuit will be 20 volt. Okay, the answer is 20 volt. Then move to the question number 27. The figure shown a half wave rectifier. The diode D is ideal. The average steady state current in ampere through the diode is approximately dash. Some circuit is given, which is a half wave rectifier with capacitor filter. Okay, half wave rectifier. Some resistance is connected like this, and this is your some input voltage is given to be 10 sin omega t. Input is an AC signal which is 10 sin omega t with frequency 50 Hz. Input signal frequency is 50 Hz. This is a 100 ohm resistance. The resistance value is 100 ohm, and the capacitance value is 4 microfarad, 4 millifarad. Okay, it is a large capacitor. I said that filters using larger inductors and larger capacitors. Large inductor means in some few Henry, and large capacitor means millifarad capacitance or microfarad capacitance. So this is your capacitor. This is a half wave rectifier with capacitor filter. Okay, and the question is, what is the average current through the diode? The average current through the diode is approximately what? Okay, While discussing half of rectifier with capacitor filter, we are doing some analysis. Okay, we are calculating average current through the diode. That was ID average. Remember this ID average formula, which was IDC into 1 plus pi into under root 2 Vm by Vr. 2 Vm by Vr. This was the formula of average current through the diode. ID average equal to IDC into 1 plus pi under root 2 Vm by Vr. Okay. Now, how to get IDC and Vm is known. Vm is peak input value, that is 10 volt. You need to know what is IDC and Vr. If you know IDC, then Vr will be IDC by F naught C. Okay. If you know what is IDC, then you can substitute Vr equal to IDC by F naught C to get Vr. Then calculate first IDC. Okay. First calculate what is IDC. We know that before using this, first calculate this expression. First calculate what is IDC. For half wave rectifier, we know that the DC output voltage VDC we know that for half wave rectifier the DC output voltage was VDC was Vm minus IDC by 2 F naught C. This was the formula for DC output voltage. What is VDC? Equal to IDC into RL. You can write VDC equal to IDC into RL. Okay, equal to Vm minus IDC by 2 F naught C. Then if you bring this term to this side, then and take IDC common, then it will be RL plus 1 by 2 F naught C equal to Vm. Then what is the value of IDC? IDC will be Vm divided by this term will be divided to this side. RL plus 1 by 2 times F naught C. If you substitute this value, what is Vm? Vm is 10 divided by what is the value of RL? RL is nothing but 100 ohm. Okay, you can connect, you can interchange in parallel connection. You can interchange the value resistance to this side and capacitance to this side. Okay, no problem. So this is your load resistance, that is 100 ohm. So 100 plus 1 by 2 into what is input frequency 50 hertz. What is capacitance value? 4 millifarad. So 4 into 10 power minus 3. Okay, if you calculate this value, then the value of IDC will be IDC will be 0.0975 ampere. So 0.0975 ampere. Okay, 0.0975 ampere. Then what is, calculate what is VR? VR equal to IDC by F naught C. What is IDC? 0.0975 ampere divided by 50 into capacitance value 4 into 10 power minus 3. If you calculate what is VR, you calculate what is VR, this value, then you substitute this value of VR and IDC in this expression, that is ID average equal to IDC into 1 plus pi under root 2 Vm by Vr. This is the formula for ID average. in case of half wave rectifier with capacitive filter. So if you substitute the value of IDC, that is 0.0975 ampere, and value of Vm, that is 10, and value of VR, that is after calculating this VR value, if you substitute, you can get the value of ID average. So first calculate this value of VR, then substitute the value of IDC and VR in this expression to get the average current through the diode. Then move to the question number 28. Okay. In question number 28, the circuit shown in the figure given below is a model for a battery charger. Full stop. Here Vi is a 10 volt peak sine wave, and D1 and D2 are ideal diodes. I is a 100 milliampere current source, and B is a 4.5 volt battery. Okay. The question is the average value of IB is dash milliampere, that is average current of IB. IB is the current through D2. So it is asking the average value of current through D2 is dash milliampere. Some circuit, the circuit of a battery charger is given like this. This is I. Some 4 B is 4.5 volt battery, 4.5 volt battery, and this is your input voltage, which is a 10 volt. V is a 10 volt peak sine wave signal, that is a sine wave signal having peak value 10 volt. Okay. So okay, this is your input voltage having peak value 10 volt and minimum value minus 10 volt. This is your Vi, and this is your I, which is 100 milliampere. It is a current source whose value is 100 milliampere. The question is, this is your D1 and this is your D2. The question is the current through D2, that is IB, average current through D2. Now we need to understand what is the current through average current through D2. First calculate what is the instantaneous current IB. Okay, what is the instantaneous value of this IB through D2. Then calculate the average value of this instantaneous current to get the average current through D2. So first calculate the average current, the instantaneous current through D2. Write down this point. Write down this point. To know average current through D2, we need to find out instantaneous value of IB. Okay, instantaneous value of IB. After finding instantaneous value, you can calculate the average value of this instantaneous current to get the average current through D2. Now, initially you assume the diode D2 is off. Okay, you assume your diode D2 is off. Okay. If you off this D2, if you open circuit D2, then there will be no current in this path. So the current will flow in this path. So D1 becomes forward biased. Okay. If D1 becomes forward biased, since it is an ideal diode, we will be replacing it with how much? With short circuit. Since D1 and D2 are ideal diodes, so I will short circuit this D1. Then what is the voltage available at this node? Let it is Vx. What is this Vx? The voltage available at this node? Vx is Vi. Same voltage Vi, input voltage will be available at this point, Vi. So Vx equal to Vi. Now understand the D2. So if this side voltage, okay, your diode connection is like this. Okay, if this side voltage is less compared to this 4.5 volt, then D2 will be off. So write down this point. If Vx nothing but Vi, if Vi is less than 4.5 volt, because your diode connection is like this, anode to this side and cathode to this side. So if this side voltage is less compared to this side voltage, then D2 will be off. If Vi is less, that is nothing but if Vi or Vx is less than 4.5 volt, then D2 is off. If D2 is off, then tell me what is the current through D2? What is IB? IB will be 0. Okay. So for input voltage less than 4.5 volt, your IB is 0. Okay. And if this side voltage is greater than this side voltage, that is if Vx is greater than 4.5 volt or Va is greater than 4.5 volt, then D2 will be forward biased and it will be replaced with short circuit. If that is, if Va is greater than or equal to 4.5 volt, okay, then D2 will be forward biased because this side voltage is greater than this side voltage. So D2 is forward biased or D2 is on. So what is the IB? Before knowing what is IB, tell me what is this Vx is now? Vx will be 4.5 volt. This node voltage is 4.5 volt. Okay. And this is your D1. This is your D1. When this diode becomes forward biased and short circuited, then this side, this voltage is 4.5 volt. And what is your input voltage now? Input voltage is greater than 4.5 volt. So for input voltage greater than 4.5 volt, this side voltage is 4.5 volt and this side voltage is greater than 4.5 volt. Your input for input voltage is greater than 4.5 volt. So you can see this side voltage is greater compared to this side voltage. Okay. This side voltage is greater than 4.5 volt and this side voltage is 4.5 volt. So it is D1 will be reverse biased. So it will be replaced with open circuit. It will be replaced with open circuit. Then what is IB? This current 100 milliampere current will flow through now D2. Now IB will be 100 milliampere. This is your instantaneous current. When VA is less than 4.5 volt, IB is 0. Instantaneous value of D2 current through D2 is 0. And for input voltage greater than equal to 4.5 volt, IB is 100 milliampere. You can plot this instantaneous current waveform. Okay, see this is your 4.5 volt. This is your 4.5 volt. When input voltage is, my interest is to plot this instantaneous IB current, okay, waveform. Okay, when input voltage is less than 4.5 volt, IB is 0. Okay, and when input voltage is greater than 4.5 volt, IB will be 100 milliampere. So the curve will be like this. So the curve will be like this. Okay, IB is 0, IB is 0 like this, and VA is less than 4.5 volt, and it is value of 100 milliampere. Okay. 100 milliampere. This is your 100 milliampere. 100 milliampere. When input voltage is less than 4.5 volt, IB is 0. You need to plot the curve, that is IB will be 0 if input voltage is less than 4.5 volt, and when input voltage is in this range, IB will be 100 milliampere. So this is your instantaneous current IB. This is the graph of the red color is the IB current waveform. Okay. Now my interest is to find out the average value of this instantaneous current IB. How to find out average value of IB? To find out average value of IB, we will calculate average IB will be area by time period. Always average value is area divided by time period. Area divided by time period. How to calculate? What is the time period of this input signal? Is this, okay? This is your one time period. Now, what is the area under the under this IB? Area under this IB. This area will be 100 milliampere. What is the area of this graph? 100 milliampere into this interval. Okay, this interval. I will calculate this interval. Divided time period. Time period is, I will measure in degree, that is 360 degree. Now, in order to find out the area under this graph, I need what is this interval. Okay, what is this interval? Because it is a square, the graph is like a rectangle. Okay, so width into height will be its area. Height is 100 milliampere. What is this width? Okay, in order to find out this, that is nothing but this width is nothing but conduction interval, angle of conduction. Okay, for this interval, current is flowing. Okay, and while discussing half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier, I give one formula for angle of conduction, that is theta equal to angle of conduction for half wave rectifier is 180 degree minus 2 theta. Okay, if that has cut-in voltage, then I show you, if that has cut-in voltage for your half wave rectifier, this is the input signal, and if that has cut-in voltage, let it be V gamma, then that will conduct only after V gamma. Okay, when input voltage, then its output waveform will be then after this theta, let it is theta, and this is 180 minus theta. Okay, 180 degree minus theta. If that has cut-in voltage, V gamma, then diode will conduct only after when input voltage is greater than V gamma, and you can see the output waveform to be like this. Okay, then what will the angle of conduction? 180 degree minus 2 theta. That was the angle of conduction for your half wave rectifier. What is this theta value? Sin inverse V gamma by Vm. Okay, similarly here is also, if this point is theta, okay, then this point will be 180 minus theta. So this period will be, this angle of conduction is 180 degree minus 2 theta. This is the interval when current is flowing through IB. So you can say this period is nothing but angle of conduction, and this interval you can say as 180 degree minus 2 theta. So how to get theta value in this case? You need to find out what is theta. Here you can find out theta using this formula. Theta will be sin inverse, instead of V gamma, what you should write? What is your V gamma? V gamma will be 4.5 volt. Okay, diode will conduct only when input voltage is greater than 4.5 volt. By what is the peak input value? That is 10 volt. Okay, 10 volt. If you calculate this theta value, it will be 26.7 degree. 26.7 degree. Then what is angle of conduction? Angle of conduction will be 180 degree minus 2 theta. 180 degree minus 2 theta. This period will be 180 degree minus 2 theta. So what is theta value now? 26.7 degree. If you calculate, this interval will be 126.6 degree. 126.6 degree. So this interval is 126 into 6 degree. So the width of this period is 126.6 degree. So here in order to calculate this area, height into width, that is 126.6 degree. Okay, you need to write this time period also in degree. Okay, so if you calculate this value, then the average value of this IB will be 35.1 milliampere. 35.1 milliampere. So the answer is 35.1. Question is write down the answer in milliampere. So answer is 35.1. Then move to the try yourself questions. Okay, move to the try yourself questions. Okay, what are the states of three ideal diodes of the circuit shown in figure? Okay, some circuit is given and it is asked which diodes are on and which diodes are off. Okay, and the circuit is given like this. this is 10 volt, this is your D1, this is your D2, and this is your D3. Okay, this current source value is 5 ampere. Okay, 5 ampere, and this resistance value is 1 ohm, this is also 1 ohm, and this is also 1 ohm. And the question is to find out which diodes are on and which diodes are off, that is states of the diode. Okay, what are the states of each diode? Now in order to solve this question, we can do open circuit test by assuming all diodes are off. Initially